Welcome to Just So You Know Moment with a Twist. I am your host, Dr. LaShonda Jackson Dean, and I want to thank you all for joining in tonight. And I want you to please like and share, 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 like and share. Whichever way you want it, however you need it. Woo! Like and share. Please share and be interactive and participative tonight. I certainly will appreciate it. Just so you know, last week we began a 3-part series on vulnerability. We started with the strong black woman, the myth, the male vulnerability, should a man cry, and mask off. Mask off, removing the mask that we show to the world. So while we wait on everyone to get situated here, let's see what we got going on over here. Let's see what we got going on here on that one. So the name of the series for this week is The Pain Of. We're all dealing with some type of pain, so let's detect it and correct it. Detect it and correct it. So let's get into it. So tonight we'll begin our discussion with the pain of being led by your emotions. We just wrapped up Mental Health Month last month, and in my opinion, mental health is something that's so important that every day should be a mental health day, as well as we have a mental health month. So it's just that important. Emotions are big drivers in our emotions. Let me say that again because I stumbled a little bit. Emotions are big drivers in our motion and can often lead to our downfall. Our emotions affect our feelings and our behaviors. They can also affect our minds, our bodies, and our health. And also the health around us. So you never know the things that you're going through. The people who are closest to you start to feel the same way. Hey, Lisa White. Emotions affect our psychological state and therefore our bodies. Depending on the type of emotions that you are constantly exemplifying, it can lead to stress to the point of killing you, leading you to increased heart disease from high blood pressure and high cholesterol. Happiness promotes health. I don't know if many of y'all understood what I'm saying, but just being happy and putting yourself in the state of mind of being happy puts you on the road of being healthy. Whereas sadness leads way to physical problems such as inherent issues of the stomach and of the heart. Just so you know, Dr. Jackson Dean, the Pen Slayer, says, in most cases, our emotions dictate our emotion. In most cases, our emotions dictate our motions. What I mean by this, your thoughts and your feelings will eventually lead to the decisions that you make. But just because you think something or you feel something is a certain way, doesn't mean that it's that way. I am sickened every time I hear people say, oh, perception is reality. Perception is reality. What you perceive is what it is. No, baby, it's not. I'm here to tell you, your perception is your reality. Your perception is not my reality. And your perception is definitely not God's reality. So, when you hear people walking around saying, hey, perception is reality, what people perceive is reality, that's their reality. And you don't have to feed into their reality. We got our own reality, right? So if this is said, we know it's not true. We know this because none of us want to have someone else's perception applied to our lives at no given time, unless we approve of the perception. So that's one thing. If somebody says something, I perceive that you are this, this, and that, and it's positive and you like it, then of course, I completely agree with their perception. But then what if you have this person whose perception of you or things that you do is negatively? And they have a negative connotation about the way they think about you. Then, of course, now you don't believe in what they're saying. You don't want to agree to what they're saying. That's the reason why I said someone else's perception is not reality. It's their reality. Their perception is their reality. It's not your reality. So, what happens? What happens when you have someone that says, my perception of you is this, and you don't agree with them? How does that make you feel? What emotions are conjured up in your spirit when someone says something like that? We all know that perception is like another term for opinion. And you know what they say about opinions, right? So, let's be clear about all of this. All emotions are not bad or futile. However, we're not discussing the good emotions at this point in this segment. We're trying to recognize and destroy the bad emotions leading to bad motion. Now back to what I was saying about perception not being reality. Perception is subjective. It's subjective to the individual and a cultivated result of sabotage from a certain group of people. That's what perception is. And that's usually what it comes from. A group that already have formulated their own opinion about you or something else. And then they want to try to put it on you or give it to you as fact when it's still opinion. No matter how they rap it, no matter how they say it, it's opinion. The only thing that is true and objective is reality. Negative emotions keep you from making positive motions. Negative emotions assist with detouring you from the road of success. Keep you from achieving your success by listening to negative perceptions and negative self-talk and negative connotation from other people. That's what it does to you. If you don't get a clear understanding of the difference between perception and reality, you will always have difficulty in becoming the success that you are, or the success that you're supposed to be. So if you can't determine the difference between perception and reality, you're going to always have issues with getting to where you want to be or need to be in life. Just because your emotions, your perception, tell you one thing, it doesn't mean it's true. Because our emotions lie to us. And so I want to read something to you from my book, Level Up. I'll read you an excerpt from Level Up to Mindfulness by Dr. LaShonda Jackson Dean, speaking about perceptions. Perception is what the individual mind makes and wants to be. Perceptions are shaped in a particular way, proven to be self-advantageous while matching personal thoughts and beliefs. Biases influence thoughts with the assistance of memories created to set some level of advantage. Some humanistic thoughts molded with conviction will create opportunity to recall preferred information, all while dismissing information not conforming to the personal belief. How about that? This manner of information handling is how data becomes skewed, and distorted. Considering all humans are individual, no two people can have the same perception without collaboration. So what that means is a group of people can't come to the same conclusion about you without group thought. They had to get together and conclude a certain thing about you or about a certain issue in order to reach the same perception. Which is how two people can view the same incident but have different details of the occurrences. Someone else's perception of me or anyone else is not always valid. Therefore, no credence or credibility is given to their, her, or his story. As for me, I would rather make history with my story. I choose my story. I also want to read another section excerpt from self-awareness is recognizing the hurt and pain. These deeply buried wounds are still inflicting on you. Some wounds are buried so deep that we are not aware that they are the sources of our unhappiness and limited growth. Without self-awareness, we limit our comprehension to control our emotions. Oh, so let me read that to you again. Without self-awareness, that's knowing yourself, being aware of yourself, being knowing the type of person that you are, knowing what you have, the skills that you own and possess, the things that you can do. Without self-awareness, knowing yourself, we limit our comprehension to controlling our emotions. Self-awareness is always taking steps to alleviate the sting from the experiences to the point of removing the effectiveness of pain. And that's what we're talking about now. The pain of leading by your emotions. The wound from the experiences will always be there, but it does not have to have the same effect over our lives. How about that? It's from Level Up to Mindfulness by Dr. LaShonda Jackson Dean. You can get it on www.drlasshondajacksondean.com. So, back to what I was saying. If you truly want to be successful and have more control in reaching your goals and goals of achievement, you have to make a commitment to not lead by your emotions. You have to commit to not allowing your emotions to dictate your emotions. Now, with this, does that mean that you will never have a single negative thought? Does it mean that you never entertain any negative self-talk to yourself? No, it does not mean that. But what it does mean is you would now be more aware and you would not allow negativity to fester in your mind and in your spirit. That's what comes with self-awareness. That's what comes with mindfulness. What it means is you won't allow someone else's perception to dictate or hinder your reality. When you're more self-aware of yourself and you know yourself, you won't allow anyone else's perception of you to dictate or hinder your growth or your path to achieving success. Let me tell you something. Everybody is not going to cheer for you. Regardless of how good you are, regardless of how well you are doing, etc., etc. But they damn sure will stand in the shadows and watch you. Hey! Yeah, they will. Because they be on that incognito tip. That's what they do. But that's cool. All I want is to get the information out and for you to be able to receive it. So, most won't because they don't believe in you. And they don't believe that you're actually doing something. Some of them, you leave some of them speechless just watching. Others won't because They don't want to support you in your belief that you are doing well. Now, they will have a pity party with you all day long. Oh, woe is me. Oh, this is not going right. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, they there for that all the time. But lift yourself up. Start doing something constructive. Start doing something that amounts to something. They'll disappear on you. But that's okay. That's okay. They'll always find something else to do than support you. But keep doing your thing and let them do theirs. We all have experienced emotions that made us feel like we didn't matter to anyone. We all have felt like all of our work is in vain, that no one thinks enough of you to help you on your expedition to greatness. Although we felt like this, and we've all experienced it, we all know where it starts from. Hey, Alice. We all know what it feels like when you want somebody to come there and be there for you, but then you feel like there's nobody there to be there for you. And then you start to sink and sink and sink and sink. When I tell you, snap out of that. You got to snap out of it. You got to let it go. You got to let it go. Let people do them and you do you. You keep going whether you get support or not. You go for what you want. You're going to have to commit to what it is that you want. You got to make up your mind and say, hey, this is what I want and I'm going to work for it. You got to want to achieve greatness. You got to want to be whoever it is you want. You got to want, you got to know that you deserve to be the best version of you and work towards it. That's the way I feel. Only a few of us would truly have people behind us promoting us and supporting us into our greatness. Only a few will have people truly support them and are not one. Sideline haters, trying to see where they can fit in. 2, hanging around in the front row just to see if you're going to fail so they can have the VIP seats to see it. Or 3, waiting around to see if there's anything for them if you do make it. It happens. It happens. The truth in it all is that you have to want it bad enough until, even if they don't support you, you continue to hone your craft. If they don't clap when you win, keep on winning. And show them that you can keep on winning without them. 2 Corinthians 4, 8-9 says, we are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. Amen. Meaning, despite our trials, there is still hope. Despite what negative talk has been said, we can still make it through. Philippians 1:6 says, he who began a good work in you will carry on to completion until the day of Jesus Christ. Amen. And the way I feel, you hear something like that's some good running stuff, make you want to get up and run about it. Hey, the child of the King. Our Lord and Savior said, if you do your best, he'll do the rest. You have to learn not to succumb to the negative emotions because they don't tell you the truth. Your negative emotions are cultivated by your lack of confidence, your fear, and the perception other people who believe they have to make you look bad in order for them to look good. Run, 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 run. If you get in contact with people like that, they got to lower you in order to elevate them. Run. Get away from them. Don't have nothing to do with them. Because you see them for themselves right there. Find your whole nother group if you have to. And if you can't find anybody to hang out with yourself. Sometimes that's the best way. And you can be able to achieve what you need done without anybody getting in your way. Get as far as you can away from them. You have to learn to push through negative emotions with something positive, even if it feels like negative emotions are right. Because sometimes we have feelings and you're like, well, I don't know, maybe this is the right thing. Maybe what I feel is the truth. But anytime it's a negative emotion or negative feelings, it's not right. It's not right. Cancel it. Cancel the assignment for it right then and there. Because you need to be moving into positive things. Because negative emotions are liars. They are dream killers. They're confident crushers. And they're success snatchers. You don't want nothing to do with them. Now let's learn how to move past negative emotions. Number one, change your emotions. Get rid of your defeatist mentality. Some people just feel like I'm nothing and I'm never going to be nothing. Stop it. You can be whatever you put your mind to. You can go wherever you want to go if you plan correctly. Start planning correctly. Start doing what it takes. Turn your can'ts into cans and your impossibles to I'm possible by speaking positively into your own life. A positive life is like a safety mask method on the airplane. And we all been on the airplane and we know when you dip to a certain altitude, the safety mask deploys, right? So when the safety mask deploys due to a drop in air pressure, grab your own mask and secure it tightly to your face. Get the air in your own airways. Then help your friend next to you. Because if you take all the effort trying to console the unconsolable, then you'll be too beat and tired to be a blessing to the both of y'all. So I'm not saying don't help anyone, because everybody knows I always try to help people and help as many people as I can. But what I have learned is to put myself first now. To take care of myself first, because if I'm on the road to greatness, if I'm doing what I can to move forward and you stagnated, there ain't no sense of both of us being stagnated. Somebody got to make a move. So maybe then you can reach back and help somebody else. But if you stop what you're doing along the way, every time you look up, console, help, then you never get to where you're going. So get to where you're going and reach back. Don't forget anyone. Always lend a helping hand. But try to do what you can in order to be able to lend a helping hand first. So, with this safety mask method, it works the same way with removing pain by leading with emotions. You have to put the positivity in your life, let it work for you before you try to put the positivity in someone else's life. As you learned from one of my previous episodes, is that you cannot pour from an empty cup. Get yourself filled up first, invest in yourself, then you can invest in someone else. No one wants an empty life, right? Is there anybody online that want to say something? Let's see here. If I can get in here. See what's going on here. Number 2, determine what your goal is. Then secure spiritual fulfillment affirmations and prayers concerning those goals and speak to yourself every day. This does not mean keep telling yourself that you're a singer and you know you can't carry a tune in a bucket. I ain't asking you to lie to yourself. I'm asking you to work on yourself. So all of you out there who want to be singers and say, well, it's all right to want to be, but if you're not a singer and you telling yourself every day you're a singer and we all know that you're not, work on it, okay? But it means that if this is what you desire, work on it. Do whatever it takes to become a better singer. Get voice lessons, get a voice coach, get a pitch program, everything, etc., everything that you need to build your confidence and to become the singer that you want to be. And then continue to build yourself through your affirmations. Number 3, stand on the promises of God. Talk to God and ask Him to bless you with what you desire if it is His will. And see, that's one part that we managed to leave out, is that we don't consider God's will in what we're doing. That's the most important thing. So when you pray, when you begin your prayer and you ask the Lord, you talk to the Lord about what it is that you want to do and the desires of your heart, remember to say, if it's your will. That way you're being honest, you're showing gratitude, and you're being grateful. And our God is so mercifully, He will give you desires of your heart if it is His will. Remember, in almost every case, our emotions dictate our emotions. So make sure your emotions that you are following are leading you in the right destination. Choose wisely, my friend. Let's see what it is. 8:28. We don't have time for our emails tonight. So in conclusion of tonight's segment on pain, the pain of leading through emotions, I want to thank you all for joining and participating in my talk show. I invite you